Hey guys, welcome to Mad Scientist BBQ. I'm Erica Yoder, and today I am super excited because there's a new grill at the house. I want to introduce you to the next smoker slash grill that we're giving away, the Odin Pro. Many of you guys saw the last giveaway we did for the 1,000-gallon smoker on a trailer. And by the way, congratulations to Mark in Georgia. He should be getting that in the next few days. This is the new giveaway. This is the Odin Pro. Let me tell you how to get entered to win this cooker right here. All you have to do is go to go.getenteredtowin.com/MadScientistBBQ, or it's a lot easier if you just go to the description and click on that link. You buy a limited edition collectible and you get automatically entered to win this thing. To do this, I partnered with a veteran-owned small business, and by participating, you help their business and you help the channel. So I really appreciate all of you who enter, and I hope one of you loves it as much as I love it. Now, let me tell you a story about why I decided to get one of these. I was on kind of a super cool project in Texas, and a guy named Al Fragoni was cooking on one of these. If you guys don't know Al Fragoni and you like Argentine style cooking, he is like the godfather, the master. And I saw what he was doing and I thought, this is so cool. And then I tasted some of the food that he was cooking, and I immediately sat down and ordered this thing. I had to have one. One of the things that he says is, remember, open fire is not a way of cooking, it's a way of life. And I was like, I believe him. I have to do open fire cooking. The food was incredible, and it's so much fun, and it's just so cool to cook on this thing. So let's take a look at some of the features that are available on the Odin Pro, and I think you guys are gonna be convinced. And if not, just wait till you taste the food. It's gonna blow your mind. It is amazing. First, let's talk about the heart of this cooker. We have this brazier right here. So it's meant to burn wood into coals. That's what really separates this from other grills, because you have Santa Maria grills where you're burning wood, but you kind of have flare-ups and things burn easily. With this, you burn the fire in the middle and then you move things around so that the level of heat is just right. So with all that being said, let's light this fire and look at the other features. I ordered this from Argentina, so the style of cooking is a lot different than the traditional offset barbecue smoking that I do. But let me tell you, if you like playing with fire, like I do, and you like cooking meat with fire, like I do, you are gonna love cooking with this thing. So first, let's start with the cutting board. It's got an attached cutting board here, right next to the handle. So if you guys have hot food that you wanna take off and let rest, you can just take it, put it right on here, and rock and roll. You can use this to slice, you can serve, you can do all of the cooking for a whole meal. This is a one cooker, cooks everything. You can do vegetables on one part, you could do a suckling pig in the cage, you could do chicken on the grill. There's so many things that you can do with this thing. You can heat up bread and toast it, and you can serve it all from this cutting board. So you have one device that really serves a bunch of different functions. And let's talk about some of the other features this has and what you can do with it. So the fire pot in the middle here, you can move anywhere you want to. As a matter of fact, you can even take it out and build a fire directly on the bottom. So you're not limited with that at all. You can build a fire on the complete opposite end, and we're gonna talk about why that might be important in a minute here. But you're not restricted by that at all. It's simply a way for you to burn logs down into coals quickly and efficiently. Let's take a look at the griddle now. So here we have the griddle, and the way you heat this up is very simple. You shovel coals underneath, and because this is big and heavy, it's gonna retain heat really well. So if you wanna do smash burgers while you're waiting for a suckling pig to cook, guess what? You can do it easily. If you wanna do like even searing a steak, you can totally do it here. There's a lot of space and there's a lot of heat retention because it weighs so much. Next, we have the grill. And I think you guys all know what a grill is like. This is nice and heavy, it'll retain heat well, and it's big enough to where you can have a couple zones. You can have a hot zone, you can have a cool zone, you can probably even fit 3 zones. You can have high, medium, and low, depending on what your goal is when you're cooking on it. But there's gonna be so much heat that you can create because you're burning an open fire down into just raging hot coals that you can sear really well. And if you don't use a lot of the coals, you can cook low and slow. So doing a reverse sear on here is gonna be a piece of cake. Next, let's take a look at this structure right here. You might be thinking, well, that's weird. Why have that there? It's so that you can cook things by hanging them. So say you have some sausages you want to heat up while you're cooking other stuff, you can hang them from up here, or you want to put something in this little cage right here. Say you have a chicken that you want to cook, but you want to cook it slowly. You want to crisp the skin. You want a nice and easy cooking process to make sure it's juicy and tender. That's why. So the possibilities of what you can hang on here is really endless. You could do anything from vegetables to a whole animal. Now we have arrived at what makes this thing truly special. Now, you guys have probably seen the Argentine style gauchos. Are they called gauchos? Yeah, they're gauchos in Argentina, not caballeros. I think that's gentleman. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. Regardless, but the Argentine style cooking where they build a fire on the ground and then they have meat that's kind of on a cross or on kind of a big metal pole and they cook it with an open fire. And this is why Al says open fire is not a way of cooking, it's a way of life, because there's a lot more that goes into that style of cooking. But fear not, you can have that style of cooking in your own backyard and you don't have to burn up your grass to do so. Because with this, you can build a fire all the way on the other end. You can distribute coals to cook evenly. I mean, this is the way to do it. So if you want to do like a goat or something like that, you put it in the cage. You want to do a whole turkey, you put it in the cage. It's going to provide a unique flavor because you're burning wood in an open fire and you're using coals for heat. So you get crispy skin, you get smoke flavor, you get super juicy whole animals. So if you're going to do a whole turkey or something, and if you can get a juicy turkey that's smoky with crispy skin, you're a wizard. And Al is a wizard, and I don't know if I'm at wizard status yet, but hopefully I'm at like Hogwarts for barbecue at this point because I am just enthralled by this cooking style. This is called Asador style, and I cannot wait to put a whole animal in this cage and get to cook it. So let me show you a little bit about how this thing operates, and then we're going to mess around with this cage. At this point, I want to season this griddle and see how hot I can get it. So I got my handy dandy pan. I'm going to spray this down and get it hot. Now let's move some fire. We just took off the griddle and the cage. I'm going to take off this grill and then I'm going to show you how you cook Asador style, which is the coolest thing about this grill. So if you get it, you absolutely have to do this. I saw it happening and I was enthralled and I cannot wait to get started myself. So we got all our coals to one side. Now we're going to add some logs, build a fire, and show you how this works. Now that we've got a fire going, we're going to distribute some coals to get even heat. With the open fire and the coals in between, now we adjust this so that we have even heat from top to bottom. The coals are going to get more down here. The open flame is going to heat this up more, so you just drop this in. So we are going to be cooking with it up in the air like this. We don't ever lay it flat directly over the coals. The point is for low and slow cooking, so you tenderize things and you keep things as juicy as possible. So I take my hand and this feels pretty warm, pretty warm, pretty warm. Feels cooler at the top. So in order to make it warmer at the top, I'm going to drop the top down just a little bit more. And all you have to do, if this is really hot, you definitely want to have some heat resistant gloves. But all you have to do to get it hotter on the top is drop it one more notch. So you take it, drop it one more notch, and you get even heat. Whatever you want to cook in here, you just make sure the heat is even and meets your needs. And this is by far the coolest way I know to cook anything. And that is the Fuegos Odin Pro and some of the awesome things that you can do. You can cook on a griddle, you can cook on a grill, you can cook in the air, you can cook Asador style where you have a whole animal in that cage. The possibilities really are endless, from vegetables to whole animals. And if you guys want to get all this, just go to go.getenteredtowin.com/Mad Scientist BBQ. It helps a veteran-owned small business and it helps out the channel, helps me to make free content for you guys. You can click on the link in the description, you go get a collectible coffee mug, and you get automatically entered to win this thing, something that I've cooked on and I really, really enjoy. And last favor I can ask of you is comment down below what you want to see me cook on here. It could be picanha, it could be, you know, Peking duck, it could be anything, but I'm curious to know the ideas that you guys have, because cooking meat with fire is something I love, and I hope you guys love it too, and I want to do more of it with this open fire cooking. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to click on that link in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Mad Scientist BBQ. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully cooking on this.